Well, there it is. Hi guys, welcome to another Warcraft III Reforged video. In this one we're going to react to a video created by WTiiWarcraft. He has created a video which consists of the Horde, heroes and spell animations. You can find it in the following link that will be in the description below. Come over, give a little thumbs up, help support, and let's get cracking. So starting off with Thrall. I imagine he's going to do Earthquake. We have seen some spell animations before, but in this video there are some that you have not yet seen. If you do enjoy these content videos, reaction videos, reviews that I've been creating recently for the channel, then please make sure to thumbs up, help support, and come visit me over twitch.tv/witty where I stream live and try to gauge your thoughts. I'll be taking a little look at the chat and seeing what they say. Oh, I see. So we got like the run animation there. There's his spell animation. So, throwing his hammer up, asserting alpha male dominance. Although I'm still pretty sure the wolf is the alpha, really, because he seems to be wearing more armor. So, there's chain lightning. Very brief glimpse at that. So, what we can do is obviously give that a bit more justice. Unfortunately, the video does not have the game sound. It just has some sort of generic war kind of music playing. That is most likely, yeah. It's not great. You don't get any sort of physical game sound or spell effects like... So, we just have the visuals. Oh, wow. Okay, let's just pause it there. Focus on that one again. Oh, that really feels very physical. But again, I tell you, it's the wolf that's the alpha between him and Thrall. Let's face it. What's the name of this wolf? He's the real spellcaster. The lightning is coming from that wolf. He is breathing that lightning out. Thrall was just waving his hammer around as if he did it. That guy trying to run away. I like that little touch. Ooh. He gets caught. Now we're moving on to Gul Dan. So that's his attack, which I think is very reminiscent of the Serpent Ward attack. Like this kind of weird flamey look that sort of spits out. The spell animations obviously aren't necessarily finished at this point. I just obviously need to put that out as a disclaimer. We are aware of that. But yeah, there needs to be more connection with how spell animation is coming out from his hand rather than his actual body and the attack animation. I like the way he moves. Kind of hobbles a little bit. Let's give him another go on that one. But he still moves with conviction. I almost wonder if he needs to hobble more. Like, he could still move quickly, but he just needs to shuffle a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like, drag himself. Now, this is Samaru. Like, the traditional Blade Master. Just an absolutely gorgeous model. You can't really argue with this one. This is one of their better ones. Just looks fantastic. Really to the point. That sword, very sharp and serrated. Scary indeed. Love the banner. Just does wonders for me, this guy. Okay, he's got a walk that was very similar to the Heroes of the Storm one. I never really played the character much in Heroes of the Storm, but he's like prepared to attack and moving cautiously, so he doesn't move completely with utter sort of recklessness. He doesn't run Naruto style, which some of you were probably hoping he would do. He's sort of almost moving as if he's going to attack like within any of those movement steps, which is quite fitting because when you do watch him attack, he is very much guarded a lot of the time. So he has a guarded movement pushing forward. This is in Windwalk mode. So pretty much how he would look if he was Cloak of Shadowed. That's mirror image, the old spell effect, but the illusions look pretty cool. They've got like that dark greenish bluish tinge to them. And Whirlwind is very similar to the Grom Whirlwind, which we'll probably see in a moment, where he's sort of hopping on one leg and spinning around. So they've essentially got the exact same animation, but obviously on different models. So good job on that. So that means that could be ported over to pretty much any model, most likely. Potentially. Because you'll see, once again, you watch that, and then we'll get to Grom's one. And you'll see, like, how everything is held, his body posture. it will probably be identical. So we see the sides of Grom. He just looks freaking incredible, doesn't he? He's like a hero and a half. Just bonkers. I want Garrosh now. Can we have a Garrosh skin? Times change. Alright, I like that run. He's heavy, he's weighted, but he's still moving fast and furiously. He almost moves a bit like a gorilla, which is kind of fitting considering how bulky he is. So there's a wind walk, a mirror image again. There you go. He's a little bit more sort of covered up in terms of what you can see when he's whirlwinding, but it's still the same hover on the 1 foot. Other leg is tilted for balance. Hold on to weapon. And if you go back to the Blade Master. Wow, we got a lot of Grom there, didn't we? Just gonna find it now, which is going to be the hardest part. There we go, this will be it. So it's the exact same sort of pose. Hovered on the 1 leg. The other tilted for balance. So I assume it's the same style, but they might have actually given each model their own flair. But if they do that, then that means it wouldn't be able to be ported quite so easily. But then again, I'm not really a map editor, creator in that type of style. So, not entirely sure. Alright. Pushing forward again. He almost looks like he moves faster with his wind walk. It's like sped up even more. So this is a fell version of Grom. I still really want that color scheme to be a freaking bright, vibrant red, but we've seen the icons, which is another video I've done recently. So if you want to see more Warcraft 3 Reforged content, check out my channel and take a look at the last bunch of videos because they're all Warcraft 3 Reforged videos. And from the icons, he also, like many of the other fell orcs, has this kind of tanned color scheme. That's fell orc, but only the Chaos Blade Master has it. This is the Chaos Blade Master. He looks freaking amazing. Look at that. He's like chained. He's that dangerous. He's like a heavier, bulkier version of Samaru. Should basically be the same model as Samaru because he was originally. He was like a red version. This is the Tauren Chieftain. I believe this is Cairn Bloodhoof because it's his weapon and it's his same sort of gnarled up face, which I'm still not really a huge fan of. Alright, I really like that. I don't know if that necessarily suits him, but he's got a lot of spring in his step. There's a lot of bounce, so there's a lot of personality with that. And I think some of the issue that we've had with some of these models, it is particularly like their portrait, their expressions when they talk, it feels very stiff and not really as if much is going on. They're just robotic. But he's really moving a lot there. Like, there's a lot of bounce. There's Shockwave. It looks cool, but I mean, it's got a lot of power. I think the spell animation needs to be drawn back a little bit, or this effect really needs to occur quicker. So that basically procs and that comes out of it, rather than that coming first. But again, work in progress. Probably not finished. It looks a little wider, but it doesn't have the same superpower version. But it's like an acceptable alternative. I don't dislike it. Ah, there's the famous war stomp. Let's watch that again in motion, and then I'm going to sort of pause through it. So here we go. His face looks well weird there. Yeah, I mean, that's very Very bright and powerful, and you know that War Stomp has just freaking occurred right now. And then you could sort of feel him sort of press into the ground even more as the ground itself sort of pushes up little chunks to give that real feel of shockwave power. Like you can feel like a shockwave has almost emanated there. So that's pretty damn cool. Rexxar. He is very heavy. He just looks almost fat in a way. Maybe that's what it is that's bothering me. He's clearly not fat, but all of these kind of muscled abs almost look like fat rolls. Maybe he needs to be more properly toned. Being ogre will do that. Well, the thing is the new ogres don't look fat. They all look freaking weird. They look like a cross between centaurs and ogres or something. Like tall and stretched. Without the back legs, obviously. He still looks like Rexxar. He just doesn't look like my Rexxar. Have I seen all of the high elf models? Yeah. Yeah, I've done videos recently that covered the high elf, the blood elf models. So the high textured, because we're starting to get the models now that have been HDified, if that's really a term, where there's actual... Do you guys not have phones? I just realised I got that typed up there. I mean, it's a valid question. But, yeah. What was I saying? I was saying about the high... Oh, yeah, it's got, like, the appropriate lighting and texturing now. So it gives it more of that 3D oomph. Let's watch him run. Okay. He's very similar to Grom. Was that the same way Grom ran? You be the judge. Super similarity there. Maybe it's just to do with the bulk again. There's the cute, freaking huge, fluffy bear pig that I really like. I like his little animations as well. Very similar to Rexxar, Misha in terms of the same animations, but obviously doesn't look like Misha. And there's the pig. That is a pig. Quite a cute one at that. It's like a pig dog. Everything's like a cross. Oh, that went right between his legs. So Stampede isn't really finished yet, I don't think. If it is, then, well, there it is. This is Fulgin, I believe. He definitely looks older than he probably should do. That's because he's kind of based off the witch, the witch doctor model. Because he's essentially younger than his World of Warcraft version, and in World of Warcraft he looks pretty sprightly. But because he's based on a witch doctor, he's more huddled over. So the spell animations aren't quite complete yet. Let's just see him run once again. He looks faster there, but still very hunched over. It's almost like he should get his own model, which is something like the witch doctor, but not quite so old looking. So here's your favourite. It's Chen without the hat. Looking very serious. I know you guys are a big fan. At least he's got the hat on the back. So, I mean, maybe that'll appease you. He's quite swift, actually. There's quite a lot of fluidity to his movement, whilst holding onto that heavy barrel. The Breath of Fire is, like, really cool, but I don't know if I've truly got into it. I think it's really cool spell effect, but it doesn't look quite as meaty as the original, but let's go through that one more time. It's quite quick. Like it's got like a very realistic flame look to it. And it's definitely there. And it's a conal effect. So it does hit like the mark. It comes out of him before he even breathes it. But it's sort of over too quickly in a way. Hawk spell was missing from Rexxar's spells. Yeah, he has Stormbolt in the campaign. So we know that one's obviously not finished. That's always hilarious, that is. How they all just sort of face plant onto the ground. Look at them. They're all like, oh no! We're gonna fall! Oh! But once they've landed, they're fine. They look amazing. There's the cool taunt. So some of these we've seen. But we haven't seen them all. And it's nice to see a few extra animations here and there. So this is the big bad voodoo coming up. We've definitely seen this one as well before. That's a nice weapon. Alright, he's got a kind of creepy walk. I quite like it actually. It's quite fitting for the Shadow Hunter. Maybe his arm drags a little bit too much to the ground, making him too similar to a gorilla. But he should be kind of hunched over, because it's the troll style. That Serpent Ward. Look at that, the way it sort of like hovers around. And even how it grows in the first place. It's like a bouncy spring toy or something. But I really kind of like it. Locust Swarm. I don't remember rok'han. No, it's not rok'han. Or it is rok'han, sorry. Having Locust Swarm in the campaign, but I guess he did. That's the old version of Locust Swarm, obviously. There we go. Should be Nazgrel. You've done well. It's a cool looking wolf. It's a cool looking axe. Wow. It almost feels like this walking animation or running animation doesn't quite loop correctly yet, but I like the bounce. The Serpent Ward is a little bit big, yeah. It could always be reduced in size though, or at least width, but maybe it'll make people play it more, so they can just block off the screen so people can't see what they're doing. Here's drek'thar. Okay, I like the way his wolf moves. There's a lot of hobble to it, but again, there's the conviction. He's dazing himself. Oh, here's a shredder. Wow, that looks really cool. That's not actually the shredder though, is it? That's like another model that's in the game. I think it's part of the campaign. But it's not technically the shredder, because it doesn't have the saw. But I don't really remember it too well. But it's like another version of it. Either way, it looks amazing. Yeah, it's like a blaster, because it looks like it's got a cannon for an arm. So, here's your boy. The fell orc looking dude. I never understood why he's kind of brown or grey. Sort of like a... He's got like fell orc skin. I don't remember this one. You can see his animation a little bit there, but obviously it kind of cuts off. One last little look at that. Ah! Debated. Completely debated. Alright. There you go. So he's sort of pushing forward with his body whilst his feet are kicking back. So I quite like that. The horse is stretching forward with its neck. Looks on point. Might be from War Chaser. Yeah. That cheeky smile from Kill Jaden. Alright. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to thumbs up and subscribe. You know the deal. Have a great day. Thank you so much again for being here. And feel free to leave your feedback. Take care.